I never thought I'd wake up in my sister's body, staring at my own reflection in the mirror, her perfect life mocking me from stolen eyes. But there I was, Athena no more, just a vessel for the fury I'd buried for years. And the first words out of this borrowed mouth. Mom, you call me useless? Let's see how you like it when I make you beg. It started with that phone call, the one that shattered the fragile peace I'd clawed my way into after Dad's funeral. Mom's voice, sharp as a switchblade, slicing through the line. Athena, your sister's wiring 10 grand tonight for the mortgage. What are you doing? Sitting on your ass again. I froze in my cramped Chicago apartment, the kind of place where the walls whispered regrets, and all I could muster was, Mom, I don't have it. And why her? What about? She cut me off, her laugh bitter as black coffee. Because she's successful, Athena. Not like you scraping by on that joke of a job. Useless. Always have been. Useless. The word landed like a gut punch, echoing the years I'd spent covering for them, hiding their secrets, paying their debts with pieces of my soul. I'd sent what I could. Hundreds here, a grand there, but never enough to match Emily's flash. And when I asked Dad for proof, just once, that they weren't bleeding me dry for her lifestyle, he exploded. Proof? After everything we've done for you?
Ungrateful brat.
That was 2 weeks before the aneurysm took him, his face purple with rage, veins bulging like accusations. I hung up, tears hot on my cheeks, and that's when the world tilted. A sharp pain behind my eyes, like lightning forking through my skull. The room spun, colors bleeding into darkness. When I came to, I wasn't in my bed. I was in a king-sized four-poster, silk sheets tangled around limbs that weren't mine. Long, manicured nails Emily's. Blonde hair fanned across the pillow. And in the vanity mirror across the room, my face stared back, dark circles under hazel eyes, the faint scar on my chin from that childhood fall Dad blamed on me.
No.
This was wrong. This was impossible. I bolted upright, heart hammering like a war drum. Emily's penthouse in downtown Manhattan, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the Hudson, all gleaming chrome and abstract art that screamed old money.
How?
Last I'd heard, she was in LA, closing some deal for her tech startup. But here I was, in her skin, her phone buzzing on the nightstand with a text from Mom. Emily, honey, the wire cleared. You're a lifesaver. Athena called such a mess. Love you. Love you.
Not me.
Never me. Panic clawed at my throat. I stumbled to the bathroom, splashing water on this foreign face. My face, but not. The body swap. It sounded like Pulp Fiction, some late-night sci-fi fever dream. But the ache in my chest was real, the echo of Mom's voice still ringing. And then it hit me. The opportunity. Emily had always been the golden child, the one who got away with everything because she was driven.
Me?
The fixer, the scapegoat. I'd taken the fall for Dad's embezzlement from his firm 15 years ago, forged documents in my name, a juvie record sealed but staining every job interview since. I'd paid the restitution from my college fund, watched Mom spiral into pills while Emily jetted off to Stanford on scholarships I helped fake her essays for. Betrayal? It was woven into our DNA. If I was stuck here, in her body, her life, why not unravel it all? Start with the truth they buried. Dad's proof wasn't just anger, it was fear. I'd seen the ledgers once, hidden in the attic. Mom's siphoning funds for her boyfriends, Emily's startups, a front for laundering cash from Dad's shady clients. I'd asked for proof to protect myself, and it cost me everything. Now, in Emily's shoes, literally her Louboutins pinching my feet, I could expose it. Revenge wasn't a word. It was a promise. I dressed in one of her power suits, the fabric-hugging curves I'd never known, and stepped into the elevator. The doorman nodded like I belonged. For the first time, doors opened. But as the cab hurtled toward JFK, first stop, Chicago, to confront Mom, the doubt crept in. What if this swap was temporary? What if Emily was in my body, living my scraps?
No.
She'd probably burn it down for fun. And me? I'd build the pyre. The flight was a blur of champagne and first-class perks, Emily's black card burning a hole in my pocket. By the time I landed in O'Hare, the plan solidified. Call Mom from Emily's phone. Lure her out. Play the part. Then drop the bomb. But as I rented a car, sleek Audi, not my usual rust bucket, the radio crackled with news. Tech heiress Emily Hargrove, a mysterious disappearance. Sources say she was last seen in LA, but associates report erratic behavior. Disappearance? My stomach twisted. Was she in my body, unraveling in Chicago? Or worse, did she know? I pushed it down, tires eating up the interstate toward Elmwood, our old suburb frozen in amber. The house loomed at the end of Maple Drive, colonial facade hiding rot. Mom's Prius in the driveway, a bottle of rose already sweating on the porch. She looked up as I pulled in, squinting through oversized sunglasses. Emily? What the hell are you doing here? I thought you were closing that merger. I stepped out, channeling the sister I'd always envied. Cool, clipped.
Mom.
We need to talk about Athena. Her face flickered, surprise melting into irritation. That girl again?
What now?
She sent the money yet? Inside, the living room smelled of lavender candles masking cigarette smoke. Photos lined the mantel. Emily at prom, graduation, her wedding to that venture capitalist who bailed after 6 months.
Me?
Tucked in the back, a faded snapshot from my high school debate team. Invisible. Mom poured wine, her hands trembling slightly. So, spill. What's she done this time? I sat, crossing Emily's legs, and leaned in. She's done everything, Mom. Covered for Dad's mess. Forged those papers so you could keep the house. Wrote Emily's essays. Hell, she even wired that first $5,000 from her own savings when Emily forgot. Lies? No, truths I'd swallowed like poison. Mom's eyes widened, then narrowed. That's ancient history. Athena was always dramatic. Ungrateful. Ungrateful. My voice, Emily's voice, cracked like thunder. She asked Dad for proof once. Just proof that the money wasn't vanishing into your Vegas weekends or Emily's coke habits. And he called her a brat. Died mad at her. Mom flinched, wine sloshing. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, but I do. I pulled out Emily's phone, the one with access to everything, cloud backups, shared drives. Dad's old email, unencrypted. Read it. The ledgers. Your name on every withdrawal. Emily's shell company's laundering it all. She snatched the phone, scrolling, color draining from her face.
This.
This is fake. Athena put you up to this.
No, Mom.
Athena's gone. And I'm here to collect. The words hung, controversial as a loaded gun. Was I her? Or the monster she'd made? She lunged, slapping the phone away, but I caught her wrist. Emily's grip, yoga-toned and unyielding. You took everything from her. Now watch it burn. That night, sirens wailed as Elmwood PD hauled Mom away in cuffs, charges pending on fraud and embezzlement. I stood on the porch, Emily's coat draped over my shoulders, watching neighbors gawk from behind curtains. Controversy? The headlines would scream it. Golden child turns on family, tech star exposes mom's dark secrets. But the twist gnawed at me. Emily's body felt heavier, a faint itch under the skin like something waking. And in my pocket, a voicemail from her assistant. Ms. Hargrove, your sister's in the hospital. Overdose attempt. Says she's not herself. The hospital reeked of bleach and regret, fluorescent lights buzzing like angry hornets overhead. I strode through the ER doors in Emily's stilettos, flashing her ID to the desk nurse, who barely glanced up. Room 214, ma'am. Family only. Family. The word tasted like ash. As I pushed open the door, there she was in my body, tubes snaking from her arms, monitors beeping a frantic rhythm. Athena's face, gaunt and pale, eyes hollowed by whatever hell she'd walked through in my skin.
Aim.
The voice was mine, raspy from years of chain-smoking menthols to cope with the anxiety they dumped on me. She tried to sit up, wincing, my hands clutching the sheets. What the fuck is happening? I woke up in your shithole apartment, bills everywhere, and mom calling about money I don't have. I tried to end it. Thought it was a nightmare. I pulled up a chair, the plastic creaking under Emily's weight. My weight now? It's real. Some cosmic fuck-up. Science experiment gone wrong, or karma with a sense of humor. But listen. I leaned in, voice low, urgent. I've started it. Mom's in jail. The ledgers are out. Cops have the emails. Her eyes, my eyes, widened, a spark igniting.
You. What?
Athena, that's my life you're torching. Our life.
Our.
As if we'd ever shared more than blood and lies.
No, Eminência.
Your life. The one you built on my back. Remember sophomore year? I took the SATs for you, scored a 1400, so you could get into Stanford. Dad's firm? I shredded those files after you borrowed client funds for your first party phase. And the money? Every wire I sent was blood money, covering your tracks. She shrank back, tears carving paths down cheeks I'd always thought too plain. I didn't ask for that. You just
did it.
To keep the peace.
Peace.
The lie we both clung to until it snapped. But seeing her like this, broken in my shell, stirred something ugly.
Pity?
Or the first crack in my vengeance. The doctor interrupted, clipboard in hand. Ms. Hargrove, your sister's stable, but we need to discuss her history. Anemia, chronic stress. Looks like she's been carrying a lot.
Carrying.
If only he knew. I nodded, playing the concerned sibling, while Emily whispered, switch back.
Please.
I can't do this. But I couldn't. Not yet.
Rest.
I'll handle it. Lies again. As I left, my phone, Emily's, vibrated. A text from Victor Lang, her ex, now her biggest investor. Heard about the family drama. Pull out? Or double down? Meet at the club. Victor. The power player, silver fox with a penthouse and a penchant for dirty deals. Emily's secret weapon and mine now. If I was going to dismantle this, I'd need allies. Or pawns. The club was a velvet rope fortress in the loop, bass thumping like a heartbeat on steroids. Victor waited in a corner booth, scotch neat, his eyes raking over me, with that predatory gleam Emily always bragged about. Emily, darling. Troubled waters. I slid in, ordering a martini, dirty, like my intentions. More like a tsunami. Mom's arrested. Emily's indisposed. I spun it smooth, American grit wrapped in silk. Family imploding. But the startup? Bulletproof. He chuckled, low and dangerous. And, you want my help burying it? Or exploiting it? Victor was the antagonist I'd glimpsed in Emily's texts. Cunning, connected, the kind of man who made fortunes vanish like smoke. But he had his own skeletons. I'd seen the files. Offshore accounts tied to Dad's old clients. Exploit, I said, clinking glasses. But first, truth. You knew about the laundering, didn't you? Emily's cut. His smile faltered, just a flicker. Bold tonight. What's your angle? I leaned closer, breath warm against his ear. Emily's perfume, my rage. My angle is you. Back me, or I leak your ties to Hargrove Holdings. The whole rotten core. Controversy brewed in his eyes. Attraction, fear, calculation. He agreed, wires transferring millions by dawn.
Power.
It tasted like victory, but soured with a lie. Was I saving Athena, or becoming Emily? Back at the hospital, Emily was asleep, for dripping salvation. I sat vigil, scrolling her emails, my new empire. Invites to galas, board meetings, an encrypted folder labeled contingency. I cracked it with a guess, Athena_6. Inside? Blueprints. Not for apps, but for something darker, a neural interface, black market tech from a Silicon Valley ghost lab. Body swaps. Emily hadn't just profited, she'd pioneered it. Tested it on me during that girls' weekend in Napa last month. The wine laced with nanites, the migraine a cover. Betrayal, deeper than blood. Rage boiled, but so did fear. If she could swap us, she could swap back or worse. I pocketed the drive, slipping out as dawn broke. Chicago's skyline loomed, a jagged promise. Next stop, LA, the lab. Confront the creators. But as I boarded the jet, Victor's perk, a call from the cops. Miss Hargrove? Your mother's requesting bail. Says you'll vouch.
Vouch.
For the woman who called me useless?
No.
Let her rot. The decision hung, controversial as original sin, family or justice. In LA, the lab hid in a nondescript warehouse off Sunset, graffiti tagging its walls like forgotten dreams. Guards at the door, but Emily's face and a forged badge got me in. Sterile halls, humming servers, scientists in white coats averting eyes. The lead, Dr. Elias Crow, waited in his office, wiry and wild-eyed, a mad prophet in khakis. Emily, back so soon? The trial. Trial? I snarled, slamming the drive on his desk. You mean the swap? On my sister? He paled, stammering. It was her consent. For the data. Reversible, we thought. Her consent.
Lies.
Emily's notes said otherwise. Athena dosed unwitting. Reverse it.
Now.
He hesitated, glancing at monitors. Complications. Synaptic bleed. If we force it.
Death.
Or madness. My mind raced, Athena trapped in that body, fragile. Me, here, wielding Emily's empire. The temptation whispered, stay, rule. But vengeance demanded truth. As Crow prepped the machine, a hulking MRI crossed with a sci-fi nightmare. My phone buzzed. Victor. Leverage secured. Mom's accounts frozen. But Emily's board is circling. Resign or fight.
Fight.
I texted back, then stepped into the chamber, cold gel on my temples. Lights flashed, pain lancing like fire. Voices echoed. Crow's, Emily's from memory. She's nothing. Let her break. The world dissolved. I awoke in a sterile recovery room, head pounding, body.
Mean it? No.
Still Emily's. Crow hovered, shaking his head. Failed. The links fused. She's anchored in you now. Anchored. Like a curse. Fury surged. I grabbed his collar, Emily's nails digging crescents. Fix it or I burn this place down. Victor Lang's already sniffing your grants. His eyes darted, the mountebank unmasked. One more trial. But it risks. Identity erosion. Memories blending. Blending. The thought chilled. Emily's charm seeping into me, my pain tainting her. But Athena, trapped, overdosing on my despair, deserved freedom. Do it. As he calibrated, I paced, piecing the puzzle. Emily's success wasn't grit, it was theft. Dad's crimes? Her blueprint. She'd whispered in his ear, pushed the embezzlement, then pinned it on me when auditors closed in. Athena's rebellious phase. Mom cooed to the lawyers. I'd confessed to protect them, 16 and terrified. Secret buried, but festering. The second swap hit like a freight train, visions colliding, Emily's boardrooms blurring with my dive bars, her lovers with my lonely nights. I surfaced gasping, in limbo? No body, just echoes. Crow's voice, stabilizing.
Now. Pull.
Agony. Then snap. I was me again in the hospital bed, tubes beeping. Emily's form slumped in the chair opposite, her my old. Body vacant? No, eyes fluttering open. Athena? Her voice, soft in my frame. Panic. What did you? I ripped the 4 free, weak but wired on adrenaline. It's over, Em. I know. The lab, the swap. You did this to steal my pain, live clean. She bolted up, my legs unsteady under her. Steal? I saved us. You were drowning in their shit. Mom's addictions, Dad's rages. I swapped to give you my life, pull you up.
Saved.
The word twisted, controversial as mercy killing. Had she? Or was it control, erasing the useless sister? We tumbled into the hall, nurses scattering. Lies. I hissed, grabbing her arm, my arm. You profited. Laundered through the tech, tested on me like a lab rat. Her face crumpled, tears real. I hated seeing you suffer. Thought if you had my body, my chances. Sacrifice? Or selfishness masked? The debate raged in my skull, but sirens wailed. Cops. Tipped by Victor?
No, Groe.
Betrayal's echo. We ran, out into Chicago's biting wind, my old sneakers, hers now, pounding pavement. To the safe house, Emily's pied terra in Wicker Park, stocked with cash and burners. Inside, barricaded, we faced off. Why the money grab? I demanded, bandaging a scraped knee. Mom's call, 10K like clockwork. She sank onto the couch, head in hands. To keep you out. If you sent it, you dig. Find the ledgers. I wired it myself from your account hacks. Hacks. She'd monitored me, puppeteered from afar. Deep betrayal, layered like onion skin. But her sob cracked it. Dad made me. Said you'd destroy us if you knew.
Dad.
The ghost between us. His madness, and my question? Fear of exposure. I'd suffered his crime, jail time dodged, but career torched, while he golfed with cronies. Emily, complicit. Me, the fall guy. Victor called then, voice silk over steel. Athena? Or Emily? The board's fracturing. Mom's talking, name's your sister. Leverage. I glanced at Emily, shivering in my threadbare sweater. Controversial choice. Mercy or the knife? Hold them, I told him. I'm coming. But first, the twist. Emily pulled a flash drive from her pocket, my pocket. The real contingency. Swap reversal code. But it erases one mind.
Permanent.
Erase.
Her or me?
The room spun, tension coiling like a spring. You planned this, I whispered. To end it clean.
No. Tears.
To choose. Save the family or yourself. Family. The word weaponized. I snatched the drive, plugging into her laptop. Code scrolled. Neural wipe, selective. Target, the host. Me if I stayed in her body. Her in mine. As rain lashed the windows, thunder rumbling like judgment, I decided. Controversial. Yes, destroying the sister who'd both damned and maybe, in her warped way, tried to save me. Run the code, I said. On you. Her eyes widened. Athena. Now. Fingers flew, enter pressed. Lights flickered, her body, mine convulsing. Memories flooded, not just hers, but shared. Childhood swings, dad's stories, mom's lullabies before the pills. Was it hate? Or love? Twisted? She stilled, eyes glazing.
Gone.
Emily Hargrove, erased. I slumped, free in my skin, but hollow. Vengeance? Or matricide of the soul? Dawn broke gray. Victor's car idled outside. It's done, I told him, sliding in. The empire's yours, if you bury the lab. He nodded, engine purring toward O'Hare. Mom's trial loomed, but with Emily missing, the narrative shifted. Tragic loss, heroic sister exposing corruption. Headlines would debate, victim or villain. As the plane climbed, Chicago shrinking below, I touched the scar on my chin. Athena again.
But changed.
The useless one?
No.
The survivor. Yet in quiet moments, doubt whispered, did I save us, or become the monster? The courtroom in downtown Chicago was a coliseum of polished wood and whispered judgments, sunlight slanting through high windows like accusatory fingers. Mom sat at the defense table, handcuffs glinting, her once flawless makeup smudged into raccoon rings. She looked small, diminished, the dragon reduced to embers. I took my seat in the gallery, Emily's ghost lingering in the tailored suit I'd kept, a talisman of the power I'd wielded and discarded. The prosecutor, a bulldog in pinstripes named Harlan, laid it out methodically. Fraud, embezzlement, identity theft spanning decades. Exhibits flashed on screens, ledgers I'd leaked, emails from Dad's ghost account. Wire transfers traced to Emily's shells. Mom's lawyer, a slick ambulance chaser, objected at every turn. Irrelevant. My client was coerced.
Coerced.
By whom? Dad? Emily? Me. For staying silent so long? When they called me, the room hushed. Ms. Hargrove, Harlan prompted.
No, Athena.
But the docket listed me as witness for the prosecution, Emily's proxy. I stood, voice steady despite the tremor in my gut. Athena Hargrove, Your Honor. Murmurs rippled. The judge, a stern woman with silver streaks, peered over bifocals. Proceed. I testified, raw and unfiltered. The body swap, dismissed as delirium, but the lab raid corroborated tech anomalies, the money grabs, the scapegoating. She called me useless, I said, locking eyes with Mom, because I wouldn't send 10,000 like Emily. But Emily was a lie. All of it.
Gasps.
Controversy crackled. The golden child exposed as phantom, Mom's facade crumbling. Her cross-exam was an ambush. You resented your sister, didn't you? Jealous of her success. The lawyer leaned in shark-like. Objection. Harlan barked, but the seed planted. Jurors shifted, faces debating. Victim or vengeful harpy? I countered, calm as Lake Michigan in winter. Resentment? Try survival. I took the fall for Dad's theft at 16. Forged docs in my name. Lost my future, so they could keep this. I gestured to the courtroom, the American dream's underbelly. Mom testified next, crumbling under lights. Athena was always troubled, she sobbed, Kleenex wadded. Emily tried to help, sent money, pulled strings. But Athena, she destroyed us. Destroyed. The word ignited flashbacks, her voice on that call, Dad's rage. I gripped the bench, knuckles white. Victor, in the back row, caught my eye, his nod a reminder. Power's price. Recess brought chaos. Reporters swarmed the hall, mics thrusting. Ms. Hargrove, did you kill your sister?
Kill?
The swap's erasure ruled accidental overdose in my body. But whispers lingered. I shoved through, Victor's arm a shield. In the coffee line, he murmured, leverage holds. Board's mine. Your cut's wired.
Cut.
Blood money, again. But this time, mine to wield. Back in session, the twist dropped like a guillotine. Harlan presented the final exhibit. A video, pulled from the lab servers. Emily, in her office months ago. Initiate protocol, Athena. Dose her at Napa. Swap on my mark. My voice, hers cold. She'll thank me. Give her my life. Erase the scars. Thank her. The gallery erupted, jurors gasping. Mom buried her face, defeated. Closing arguments blurred into night. Harlan painted Mom as the spider, Emily the web, me the survivor. Defense, family tragedy, Athena the catalyst. Verdict deliberations stretched into dawn, the weight a tension wire. Victor drove me home, to Emily's penthouse, now mine by inheritance. Empty, echoing. I poured scotch, staring at the Hudson's black ribbon. Happy ending? Empire at my feet, Mom facing 20. But Emily's ghost haunted, her help, a gilded cage. Had I avenged or annihilated? The call came at 6 a.m., guilty. All counts. Sentencing in weeks. I exhaled, but the high crashed. Victor arrived, champagne in hand, to new beginnings. His kiss lingered, controversial, ally or opportunist. I pulled back. Not yet. Alone again, I dug deeper. Dad's safe, uncracked. Combination. My birthday. Inside? Letters.
To me.
Athena, if you're reading this, I'm sorry. The proof you asked for, it's the pain I caused. Emily knew, pushed me.
But you.
You were the strong one. Forgive? Forged? No, his scrawl. Twist. Emily the puppet master. Dad the pawn. Mom the enabler.
Me?
The unwitting hero they'd crushed. Sentencing day, rain lashed the steps. Mom in orange met my gaze.
No, please.
I loved you, she mouthed.
Loved.
Past tense. As the gavel fell, 25 years, I turned away, free but fractured. Debate raged online, justice or overkill.
Forumly, Athénée à monster.
Nah, system's the villain. Victor waited, jet-fueled. LA? Rebuild. I nodded, but detoured first. Elmwood, the attic. Dad's ashes, scattered in the yard where we'd played. Proof enough, I whispered. The wind carried it away. In LA, the lab's ruins smoldered. Raided, shuttered. Crow, in custody, spilled. Emily's vision, not his. I claimed the patents, twisted into ethical AI therapy, not swaps. Victor funded, but on my terms. Power shared. Months blurred. Boardrooms, breakthroughs, a quiet life emerging. But nights, dreams blended. Emily's laugh in my voice. Was she gone? Or woven in, a shadow mentor? The final hook, a letter, postmark Chicago. Moms from prison. Athena useless? Never. You were the proof we failed. But in failing you, we broke ourselves. Forgive? I burned it. Ashes to wind. Happy? Tragic? You decide. Vengeance complete. Athena reborn. But the mirror whispers. At what cost?